Hiya, it's Willish here, slash Owlet, back with a Doctor Who review. Sorry we're back to webcam, but I seem to be having some compatibility issues with files, which is why there was no Doctor Who review last week. I did make one, and in fact I just made one for this week as well, but once again the files are not behaving, so I'm refilming, and we'll be using this format until I can work out what the hell's going on. So today's review is for the God Complex, which was a very scary concept, the idea that there was a creature feeding on faith rather than fear. That's up there with like fashion and errata. Like, ooh, not a fun concept. And we were in a Scooby-Doo meets Willy Wonka meets The Shining kind of hybrid hotel thing. So icky 80s decor, horrible hotel background music, clowns in bedrooms, and for those playing I Spy with me since season 5, another red balloon. What do the red balloons mean? Will we ever know? Probably not. Maybe. Yeah. There was some really deep moments with the Doctor where he sort of had to talk out loud and say that he wasn't talking about himself at the end when he was talking about the Minotaur's death, and he was sort of just saying that out loud to nobody, almost as if he was just saying it to himself to reassure himself, which is kind of interesting. I think that we're probably going to be coming full circle soon, so we're going to go back to when the Doctor died at the picnic with the impossible astronaut, because when he left Amy was all like, go find my daughter and tell her I say hi, when he's more likely to probably tell her, meet me at the beach at some point. I mean, we've probably already glossed over this in the new episode. I don't know. Australia's an episode a week behind, so can't really be sure. But just a theory. Rita reminded me a lot of Martha, but I think that was possibly intentional, or possibly just, hey, the Doctor has a thing for smart, witty doctors. David Williams was in it, which was nice. That was kind of random. He was sort of a nothing character, but hey, it was good to see a familiar face underneath all that makeup. I don't know where I'm going with that. I thought it was interesting that the Doctor finally called, Amy Williams, as if sort of being like, accept the fact that you chose Rory and you have a married life to return to at some point, and you can't keep running around with me. And also, there's kind of a weird spousal abuse thing that I really want them to stop poking jest at, is the idea that it's funny that that Amy hits Rory. That's not funny. The fact that he flinched and was like, oh, last time you hit me with this shoe, and then when he got knocked over by the Minotaur and he was like, someone hit me, was it Amy? That's really upsetting. She needs to treat Rory better. That's not on. Not on at all. Tea. The tea was cute, and he was all like, oh, this is tea, and he like stuck his tongue in it like a cat and then gargled it. That was really random but really sweet. He was sort of back to his usual Doctor self. In fact, I haven't really liked most of the episodes this season, and it's no secret, and I feel like one of my friends pointed out, it's an elephant in the room, is that season 6 is just not up to the usual standard that Moffat set himself. He set himself that way back with Tennant. He set it up for himself in season 5, and he seemed to be pandering for a very specific market that isn't the general public at the moment. But this episode wasn't too bad, so, we'll take what we can get. Just go with it. Better than last week's episode, which I really didn't enjoy. And the episode was basically, for anyone wondering, last week's review was basically just me going, that was boring. Amy didn't appreciate the Doctor enough. That was boring. So it went for 3 minutes, and basically it's probably best I didn't post it, really. There was also a mop. So that was another little throwback to the Big Bang and the Pandoric Opens, which is kind of random and fun. There's also, what did the Doctor see in his room? It's a big question. Did he see himself? Did he see nothing? Did he see the Master? Did he see the astronaut? Did he see his death? Ooh, who knows? I'm going to go with himself, but that's just because he's got the ego and the insecurity. I liked his little childish tantrum of knocking everything off the shelf. It's like, oh, Doctor, you're still a 4-year-old, which we remember. He's managed to be over 900 years old and 4 all at the same time. And that line at the end, jeepers creepers, when he leaves Rory and Amy's like, but why now? And he's like, because you're still breathing. Goodness, that's a heavy-hitting sentence. I mean, it's true, being a companion really is like the kiss of death. Everyone seems to think it's such a fun idea. I can't wait to travel with the Doctor. It'll be so exciting, get to see the world. Chances are you won't come back alive, or at least the same person, or with your memories intact, or with all of your limbs, or with all the limbs you originally left with. Like, we need to remember, it's not actually the best thing to have happen to you, really. Jeez, there's been enough to show you that with Rose and Martha and Donna, and goodness knows probably all of the others as well. Just thinking, that's very wise, the Doctor pointed that out, but I don't think they're gone forever. I mean, River has to come back, and Amy and Rory are bound to come back with her, so hey, just having a bit of a break. I just realised, much to my dismay, that I have been making an audio recording, not a video recording. I'm just having such a bad run with technical details at the moment. So I'm just going to splice these together and put a picture up, and hopefully you guys can forgive me till I get myself sorted for next week. Think of this as a podcast or something. I don't know. I've been sick for over a week now, and I've got a lot of uni stuff going on, so maybe my brain's all wibbly wobbly. But yes, sorry about that. I thought it was very funny that Rory said that, well, actually, that's what we were talking about, really, when Rory's like, when you get pally with the Doctor, I feel like I should notify the next of kin. He's spot on there. Definitely true. Absolutely. It's not the first time we've had demons that are running on possession and stuff like that. I felt like that linked back to Tennant with the pit and the alien who possessed people, the devil who possessed people, and all of that stuff, and then there was the water, the Mars with the sort of possession there again, which when you say and do things involuntarily, yeah, it was familiar territory, but just spun in a new way, I guess. And then when the Minotaur died, suddenly we were in Tron land, like Disney's Tron, and random and unexpected. And I liked that when the episode started, the Doctor had a Rubik's Cube, but then by the end it was solved, like he'd gone through the process, sort of like how Poirot builds cards, and Sherlock steeples his fingers and smokes a bunch of opium, I guess. I don't know. It's not possibly the best description. Tea and biscuits for the Doctor, opium for Sherlock. Yeah, well, whatever. Times have changed for the better, clearly. So yes, that's pretty much it. It was an alright episode. I quite liked it. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it, but it was good. I look forward to the next week's episode with James Corden, and hopefully I will have either one of my, cameras working, so we can get a proper Doctor Who review up. My apologies again to the lack of post last week, and hope to see you all next week. Or here, yeah. Toodles.